Live free and be happy, baby. We like that generation that's a bridge too, like from from like cause our generation was like kind of pre-crack babies and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like
Mm-hmm.
we was at a generation where they was smoking it, but we was already born when it came out. Because it really hit like 85 and stuff like that. I think 86 like when it really hit. So we was already born. So after that is when
it went downhill. That was a lot of shit started like really knowing after that, like it just started taking a badass toll when they really like introduced the crack into like the communities and shit like that. I'm saying black communities too.
Yeah.
You know, but the shit that took a toll to where crack, I think they were trying to put it in a black community, but the shit kind of like expanded way farther than what they intended to really to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which white people, they can say it, white people don't crack too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They like them amphetamines and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And then once something do its once it do its job or serve its purpose, like, cause they really, I don't think really start locking motherfuckers up in certain shit until it had done the damage that they needed it to do. That was gonna last them there forever type shit. Like, you know, once you get the parents on drugs and all this and their household is like that, man, that shit don't go away. The motherfuckers pass. That's more generational curses and trauma that's passed down.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
I feel you.
Motherfuckers ain't never came back from it. Like that crack era. Now you got young people on drugs. They on the same amount of drugs, just different names to it and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. They got a whole lot of bullshit they do. I'm like, man, all this new drugs. Man, I be seeing motherfuckers riding through speed through red lights with no out of control, no give a fuck. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like motherfuckers just like on that need for speed, man, all type of shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Grand Theft Auto, baby.
Yeah, man. I'm like, these motherfuckers even think about it. They was just like go through a fucking red light, like ain't got no intent to slow down. None of that shit. I'm like, you jeopardize. You don't give a fuck about your life or anybody else that you think that is cool just to go speed through a fucking red light, knowing the danger of what can get like of what you hit something or somebody hit you. I mean, they just be speed like ain't no care in the world. I'm like, y'all motherfucking zombies or do that fucking dope just got y'all fucked up like that. But it's just the drugs, all type of shit. It kind of enhanced their mind to where like these niggas start feeling like just invincible and shit. I believe like to where they just like no care, all that shit kind of go out the window. You know, this shit be fucked up, man. I'm like, this shit, it just like it got worse. I mean, since the time we was growing up, we saw it. We was in the era of that, but now we just kind of seeing like as us growing up and got grown and older now, we kind of see like, cause I mean, I wouldn't even want to be like now. I'll probably say I probably would not even want to be like no fucking 13, 14-year-old growing up right now and this type of shit. I mean, I hate to say, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I like to be young again, all over. I can like if I get a chance, to like start all over again. The shit that I really know now, you know what I'm saying? I make different moves, a lot of different opportunities and everything. But just to be like starting over in a society here, I'm just saying Chicago, period, or the state of Illinois, period. The outcomes of just trying to survive and do other shit, knowing all this shit going on, is a very slim chance that you gonna be caught with some bullshit. You see what I'm saying? All the other shit that you have to really worry about, that so many stripes on your back.
I would have hated to come up like you said, being 12 or 13 in these days. I wouldn't, man, because like we was blessed to make it through safely with taking certain chances, being in certain environments that we probably shouldn't have been in. Like it's a lot of stuff like even back then it was dangerous, but these days it's a greater chance of like whatever mistake you make or whatever choice you make of being your last choice. Like it couldn't be
your last
12 and 13. Like If we try to do the
Yeah.
same stuff that we was doing when we were 12 and 13 now, being 12 and 13, we couldn't do the same shit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
You nigga be a victim of circumstance.
Hell yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? End up dead quick
And
or
it's
get
more
caught up in a situation.
it's more people like when we was young, they had some killers our age, but it was a lot less than it is now. Now,
Hell
like, we
yeah.
had to deal with, you know how I was, somebody would have shot me back then, man. In
Oh
school,
yeah, yeah, hell yeah, hell
anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You
was a
yeah.
people and shit, man, nigga would have shot me, man.
Hell yeah. They could like you been too strong to face anyway. They say, man, just kill his ass. You
Yeah.
too much of a threat to be, you know what I'm saying, too bold to be like even to exist. Like, man, hell no. Gotta get rid of his ass. Like, you can't fight him, he'll fight you. So fuck it, I gotta kill him. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be no second guess about that shit. Like niggas like I gotta take him out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like to be that young now, if I could, would I probably really want to go back to be 13 years old, knowing that all this shit that's occurring right now, it's like, damn, man, you really can't really live to be like a 13, 14-year-old. Everything got to be like restricted now with these kids. You know, you can't really be a child or should I say a teenager to run freely. Like the freedom we had now, the freedom that they got now, it's like, man, damn, a lot of them get killed, caught up in shit. You know, it's just so much shit that's against them. Like all the X's on their back every time they walk outside the door, instead of just trying to just like enjoy their youth and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a better chance on really having a better youth growing up. You know, we got better years, I think, than what these kids can get now.
Yeah.
You know, as being the age that they are. So
Yeah,
and
you
that's
get a
like that's
little
that's
better
the part
parent.
about
You get
And
some
I think
better parenting back then too. Like we had better like because of like we was talking about just a few minutes ago about the crack era when shit like we kind of before the crack baby era like
it.
so before that crack hit it was good parents and better parents. Now it like all the trickle down, but like man that shit crazy, man, because them kids now. If you say you want to go back to 13 and not go back to the year you was 13 to 2022, shit, boy, hell nah.
Man,
Not in
I,
this environment.
I heard that.
man, I just tuned back in, bro. But like you said though, a lot of that came into play because of like we really like the bridge between old school, like analog and digital. You feel me? Like we literally, like you said, we 80s babies, you feel me? And a little bit of the early 90s. So, you know, like we like the beginning of the crack epidemic, like when it first hit is when we first came out the womb, G. Like so, but I hate to say it that most of the problems in our community, we at the age now where I feel like it's our fault, G. You know, like a lot of this shit we allow, it's generational. It's because our elders and shit like that though, but a lot of this shit, like, we know better. Like we at that age where we know better. Like we understand the shorties out here, and we understand the elders too, though. But motherfuckers, you know, like you said, you gotta pick a side, you gotta choose a side, and you know, but you can't save everybody. But man, that shit fucked us up, G. Nixon, who was it? Reagan, who started that crack shit? Like for real, for real. Like, hey,
I think it was Reagan.
Reagan, what? Hoover. You gonna say Hoover, bitch ass? He fucked us up, G. Like that's when they really started winning. As far as like our community, like I'm speaking on the black community, you feel me? Like that's when they really started winning, G. You feel me? It was a turning point, like the Panthers, how they did them. And even not even the Panthers alone though, like street gangs and all that, like shit was at a Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. said it, like if you look at the statistics and realistically, like for my G mom, you know, before she passed those shit, she used to know a lot of niggas though. She was like, shit, niggas wasn't doing this shit that y'all doing. This shit, real gangsters, she used to tell me, real gangsters ain't no threat to society. You feel me? A real gangster ain't no threat to no civilian. You feel me?
LFBH, live free, be happy. LFBH, 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 live free and be happy, baby.